Welcome to another episode, the 300th episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on a 32-year-old from Lindsay, Ontario, Canada. His hockey journey has taken him to Canada, the USA, and he's become a legend in England with the chocolatey Manchester Storm, as he made a seamless transition from running a muck as a goaltender and being overplayed by Finner to doing the same as their head coach, going on a second half heater, and it started a chocolate throwing craze in the storm shelter. It was a chocolatey storm, folks, as they marched to the playoffs for the first time in 5 years or so, folks, and probably got some cavities along the way. He's now in the process of recruiting another squad of Shed guys and already retained the services of a couple Shed legends, Critch and Moose. And we are just a couple months away from the chocolatey storm getting completely out of hand when they start running a muck of the EIHL. Welcome back to the Shed, Coach Matt Ginn.
Thanks for having me again.
Hey, thanks for coming back. I get into how we know each other. A lot of ways we could go here. I had you on twice, but I haven't talked to you since we started throwing chocolate in Manchester.
Yeah, it's been a while. I was just kind of reaping the rewards of that.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, I think that's why we turned it on a bit in the second half. And I think there's lots of photographic evidence of me picking way to the.
Oh, I saw lots of photographic evidence, and it was really fun to be a part of. And I like being part of teams, and I think you got a great hockey family there in Manchester. I mean, from Jake, head of Shed marketing, to like Moose and Critch, and like the guys you have coming back, and like Finner running the show. I don't know though. He's scared of the Shed tonight, eh? I said I wanted to have a Ginner and Finner episode. Is he that big of a suit now that he can't even come to the Shed?
Well, I think he's busy today. I think I only talked to him. I don't even know if I got my one or two standard phone calls a day from him. So yeah, he must have been busy today. And then I don't know. Who knows?
He's going to be so far into the rafters now, right? Like those other suits, you won't even get to talk to him anymore.
He's got his own box up there in the one corner. He gets so nervous during games. He paces around the whole rink. Anyways, I don't know if he watches any of it, but
I just was curious what he has to say about all the chocolate and all the fun that's happened. Because I tell you, I had a hoot last season. I felt like I was part of the squad.
Yeah, I mean the fans they sure they took it in stride and ran with it. I mean, I wasn't sure where it's going to go. It was the first time I've ever seen or heard of anything like that. And
me too. Well, it wasn't the first time I've been a part of it, but like for a team I've never played for, and like I didn't even know any of you guys when I started this. It was pretty neat to see from over here in my shed in Kincardine, Ontario. You know?
oh yeah, no, it was great, and like I said, I've reaped the rewards of many chocolate bars on the way back.
So when news broke, big news of who was number 300, people want to know what your favorite chocolate bar is. Head of Shed director of Shed marketing, Jake, is very curious. He says he's just been chucking you Kit Kats, but he's not sure what your favorite is.
Kit Kats are up there. I like Reese's. I like those.
Oh dear, you're going.
I've never seen them again. Anywhere.
The Peanuts got fun banned in Sheffield.
Yeah, no, not the Peanuts, just Reese's.
Aren't they peanut butter cups? Reese's peanut butter cups.
Peanut butter cups. Yeah, and then I like there's a new one I heard over there in Manchester, Lion, I think.
Yeah, I think that was for the Duke. Wasn't DeLuca a Lions guy? I think. Pretty sure.
I'm not sure. I didn't see who grabbed what down there after, but
yeah, it was pretty exciting stuff though for me. There was a time after one of your games, and I saw like the box where the skate sharpener goes, and it was covered in chocolate, like full of chocolate, and there were people going out after games with shovels to scoop up the chocolate. Right? You guys had like volunteers going on skates to pick up chocolate.
Oh yeah,
that's running the buck, folks.
Yeah, and it was like I said, they ran with that idea, that's for sure.
Fun is fun, right? And it gives the guys something to play for, right? And I really appreciated the fact that they knew you only throw it for wins, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't deserve it, you don't get it, right?
Nope.
That's
No,
hockey.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
think that's why our road record or our home record turned around there.
Yeah. And it's a tough place to play, right?
That too. Yeah.
So, how we know each other other than the chocolate is, you know what? I had so much fun last season and I like fun and I really want to, I want to dive right into this, you know, I want to keep parity in the league with all those big budget teams taking our players, you know, like you guys have a great season and I bet you everybody's trying to pluck away Jesper from us and Critch and then Cardiff takes Barrow. And it's like, you know what? Um, I guess I'm gonna sponsor the big dog, right? The Captain Critch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. He was actually, it was
I think
my,
it's awesome
I think
too.
it was my bachelor party back here where, Finner called and told me that, you were sponsoring Critch.
I am, folks. Finner sent me a message today and said that he's gonna have his gal send me the bill, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this is what's funny to me too, to entertain myself in my shed, is I'm gonna have raffles, and they're gonna be of the only jerseys ever, these new Two Ales and Hockey Tales jerseys that there are no other ones of them, and there's gonna be a shed guy, a shed gal, which is the silhouette of my kids, and also like Two Ales jerseys. And we're gonna just keep raffling them off until I paid your debt. And then you know what's funny is then like these other fans of other teams in the league are gonna have to get behind these raffles if they want to win a jersey. So then we're gonna have Cardiff fans and all these fans that if they want to win the jerseys, folks, you're gonna be sponsoring Critch too. Go Shed
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, that's all right. He's got his British pass, so they
He's part
can
of the squad,
yeah,
right, folks?
put
He's
it
a
off
shed
that
guy.
way.
Get involved, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
either
after
that or you have to put ads on this thing, and no one wants that. So
Well, they are put like no, I'm not putting ads on this.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, people probably do want me to make money, right? Probably someday, folks. But these raffles will be fun, and fun is fun. And then we'll send the money right to the storm, right?
you bet. Win, win, win.
Right. And then there's gonna be the guy that started the chocolatey Manchester Storm, the captain that came to the shed, said, I don't care what kind of chocolate, I just want a storm. And then he went out, mucked it up, gets in fights. I think he scored a goal. You guys beat Sheffield. And then all of a sudden there's a storm of chocolate and it just grew from there. And I tell you, now he's going to be ripping around with a Two Ales and Hockey Tales logo on his jersey. That's living.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He said he's been out running too, so he can earn those chocolate bars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's no weight issues then last season with the chocolate. You didn't have to take anything away.
No, I don't think so. I don't think chocolate was the culprit for anyone.
Right. No, just a couple after the game after you win, right? So other ways we know each other, eh? We'll just stick with that. But I think it's really fun to sponsor the Storm because I think you guys sponsored me last year. I asked when I had Critch on, I said, hey, share this, Manchester. And you know what? Your team shared it on your Insta or whatever you call it. And next thing you know, the storm happened. And then you guys continued to support me and share what I was doing. And then next thing you know, we were just having a hoot, right? And like Jake's famous. He's just a fan of your team. And that kid's like famous. He's been listened to like almost 2,000 times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The way like the chocolate bars that are thrown out, like they're addressed to everybody. It's professionally done.
it is. And then we even had yaps for Jesper, right? Fans imported chocolate bars from Sweden for
Yeah,
Jesper.
I've never even heard of those things before, but yeah,
No. Now we have, right?
yeah,
Learned a lot in the shed in 300 episodes.
becoming cultured.
Yeah, really starting to learn things, you know? So I guess the first person I had on, and I started getting behind the squad last year, was DeLuca. You had a big signing. He was living at your house at the time when I chatted with him in the shed. And he had a good season for you, eh, after you made that signing?
Yeah, yeah. He stayed with me for a week there until his apartment opened up, and yeah, he's a goal scorer. He was scored and just kind of scored every year he's been there, and he did the same last year.
Yeah. And I thought it was neat that when I had him on, it was the next night. He's had like 2 goals, you know, shed boost.
Yeah, exactly. I think against Sheffield.
Yeah. And then we talked about Critch coming on, and that's when it started. Next guy I had on from the Storm was Chase Ruddy, but then he wasn't around that much longer, eh?
Yeah, no, he went back to North America. I think it was a week or so later, but just didn't work out for Chase. And
Well, you know
but
what? You know what's funny about it, right? Is when he came on, he said he didn't like chocolate. So
yeah.
got to get into what we're doing here, Chase, right? Right?
Yep. Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. So you don't ask, did you know that I saw a Storm supporters fan group saying that when you guys interview new players, you should ask them what chocolate bar they like? But I think that's a shed question. I don't think that's for you guys, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know if that one makes the list of
No.
questions I ask anyone. I'll leave
Right.
that up to you guys.
Right. Because I mean, folks, doesn't matter until they come to the shed, right? They got to earn it.
Yeah, that's like one of the last questions there. Jersey number and favorite chocolate bar.
So I get invested in my teammates. I always have. I always liked having the same teammates year after year. I think it's great you're bringing back Critch and Moose. But then there's guys that have left, right? The Herminator. He's going to
Yeah.
Germany, my old stomping grounds.
Yeah, I mean it's tough losing Zach. He was really good for us. He just wanted to see a different part of the world. Wanted to
Yeah.
live in Germany, and you know what, we're in Manchester, and he's experienced that. So wish
Yeah.
him all the best of luck, and I
And he's
still
just
keep in touch
enjoying
with
the
him a
ride,
little
as they'd
bit.
say, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's great player, good, great guy, and yeah, we keep in touch a little bit too. So hopefully, it was a great year there.
Mm-hmm. And I bet you a big signing for you since you were a goalie. You got to know how to pick goalies if you were a goalie. So you just signed one today, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, we signed
Well, you
Evan
didn't sign
Wenninger.
him today. You announced him today. I know how you
Announced,
punks
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah, announced it today. But I actually played against Evan there in the East Coast League the one year, and I you might know I mentioned it to him, but I was sure to remind him that I beat him 1-0 when we played against each other, and he remembered as well. So
Yeah,
I
but
just wanted to just remind him there. So
right,
since
and
I
I'm sure you won't remind him
since
next
I couldn't
season.
sign myself, I never had something in the second star of the game.
Well, you probably won't remind him of that next season either, eh?
No, no. Joking aside, he's a great goal. He's super athletic. He competes. He battles, and we're really excited to have him.
So how much more comfortable are you? First time I had John, I think you were like just becoming the coach. Are you more comfortable at this now? You've been through a year of it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've said it before. It's kind of, I think, a job you learn, no matter if it's your 10th or your first year. But yeah, definitely more cool here going into this year, especially like right from the start. You kind of, as the season went on, you kind of learn what works, what doesn't work. So I think this year there were right from the start, kind of more clear messages about what's expected, kind of the culture and all that surrounding the team. So I am more confident going into the season.
That confidence is a big deal. Um, and having a guy like Critch back to be your captain helps too, right?
Yep, yeah, exactly. We've got him returning. There's some others I forget exactly who we have now, so I don't want to say too much. But I know
You
we've
guys are
announced.
punks that way. There's been stuff stuffed in the sock drawer for months, and guys are they're not even allowed to tell their families and friends and stuff, so people don't post stuff, and they're just sitting at home going, "Can I please tell someone where I'm going?" And that every time you go to the golf course or you go wherever, and someone's like, "Oh, so what are you doing next year?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm just not quite sure yet." And then they kind of look at you like, "Well, maybe you should get a real job." And it's like, well, you know.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, along with Critch, there's other guys back from the leadership group and some other players that are coming back that we expect to take another step that way. But just to kind of
It's nice to get some of the
reinforce what's
same guys
expected,
back.
and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It was a pretty good year for us, step in the right direction. So we want to bring back kind of the core group of guys, and obviously you can't bring everybody back at times for whatever reason, but we're excited about this year.
I am too. I'm part of this now. I'm invested, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Names on the jersey and everything.
That's right. So we're gonna have fun this year. Can't wait. But building a culture is a real thing, and it's nice at the end of a season that you guys are saying we want to keep core together instead of blow it up, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's yeah, kind of that was a big thing for us. Obviously you want to keep guys who know the ropes and the league and have experience and have had success in Manchester. And obviously we didn't finish at the top of the league, but last season was a step in the right direction. So we just want to build off that.
It was a hot second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were playing good hockey.
I
Beat
was I was
beat
right into it.
everybody. I think all the top teams in the league, and you know what? Played a close playoff series with Sheffield. There, a tie, and then we played okay the last game. They just played better.
Yeah.
Just simple as that,
Well,
I
and
guess. But
that's a tough series to win. I guess that's what it's like in the EIHL now, though, right? The first round of playoffs, you're gonna be playing a good hockey team. It's like when I was there in Cardiff, we played Belfast, and the first round it got put out, and it was a real hockey series, you know?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're and like last year, they're all the teams in the playoffs were good hockey. Like Guildford, there were some. They probably went into the year thinking they'd finish higher than they did, so they had a lot of talent there. And yeah, it was a hard fought series for sure.
Well, it's nice to be a part of it. So other ways we know each other, part of the Shed family is, well, Moose and Jake, right? But Moose is a great dude, eh?
Awesome. He's probably one of the best humans I've met,
Right?
whether it's in
Yeah, he's
hockey
just
or
like
just
a
ever.
really
Yeah,
good
he's awesome.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's liked by everybody. He works hard. He does what he asked, and just an awesome human being.
Awesome person. And I saw like he went to Jake's practice and like helped him out. It was strange though when I saw it because like everybody's sticks were too long. It was like they didn't have a saw in Manchester. I was confused. But
Yeah,
anyways, if you want to help them out, if you see that when you're walking by, just say, hey, chop that down a couple inches, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
So when you're recruiting a squad, now I'm an aspiring coach, right? So now that you're recruiting a squad, how much video do you watch on a guy before you're like, okay, this is him?
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean,
What's
I
quite a
like.
bit? Like I just saw you just got married. We got to talk about that too. But like, so that is she like, hey, you watch that guy play hockey for 5 hours?
No, not quite. Like what? I don't know. It's tough to put a number on it. It's you watch some, talk to people, whether it's coaches or teammates about them. Watch some more. Kind of that's how I do it, anyways. You kind of grow your interest, and then I mean, I'm big on, like I said, kind of the team what they're like as a teammate and a person, especially in Manchester where we don't spend the money that Belfast, Sheffield, Cardiff, Nottingham do. So we win by being a team, and so you need guys that compete and battle and play for each other. So that's our side of it's just as important for me. You can watch as much video, but then I'm big on talking to whether it's coaches or other teammates that maybe guys I know about it, and kind of get that information as well.
I that's music to my ears. That's why I'm a big fan because it's like I know which guys I would recruit from them coming to my shed and talking with them. I don't need to see Critch play hockey. I'm going to sponsor his jersey because I know exactly what he'll do for the team and what type of dude he is. I don't need to see Moose play hockey to know you want him back. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I wonder if Jesper's back. He hasn't been announced yet, but his hockey stance inspired me. It was one sexy hockey stance. You know that? He looked real fast, real dynamic in his hockey stance.
Yeah, I mean he was a dynamic player for sure. Obviously, he ran into some concussion issues and stuff like that, but yeah, he's a good player, and hopefully he's feeling good.
Yeah, it was nice that he got to come back and play some games, right? It sucks getting hurt.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Still curious why Finner's scared of the shed now, you know? Just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
Curious like a cat. You know? He's one of my highest ranked episodes ever, you know that?
yeah, not surprised.
Now he's so high up in the rafters as one of those suits, eh?
You know
Just
how
kidding.
hard it is to get a hold of those guys.
Yeah. Okay. The next guy I had, well, one of the guys I had on from the Storm family, Greggy, the Greggy bus, Greg Bold. What a dandy he is, eh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. Best bus driver in the league. He sets guys up pretty well on the bus, coaches included. And yeah, he's awesome. It's tough to kind of describe him.
Oh, and you need people like that in your hockey family, a bit of a character, but just like everybody loves him and loves being around him. And I could tell. And like for me, it's so cool that I started this, and it's like episode 300 we mentioned is like I got to get a tour of his bus, and like I haven't been on a bus like that since I left Cardiff. And it flooded back memories seeing that bus and where guys were sleeping. Cause man, I put a lot of hours in on those buses. And then when it just stops, it stops and you're never on one of them again.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I think we have the best travel in the league, probably too, and the nicest bus. So guys are lucky that way for sure. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he's a dandy. And then you got the worker outer guy, Sam Bell, eh? He's dedicated to the Storm too. He loves it, eh?
Yeah, he's been around, I think, since he was a kid.
And
Before my
he's one
time
of
there.
those good people I've met through the shed.
Yeah, yeah, really nice guy. He's there for the guys whatever they need, and yeah, he's like you said, just a good person as well.
I guess we haven't talked. We haven't had a love story in a while. How was the wedding? You just got married,
I did, yeah. It was 2 weekends, 2.5 weekends ago. It was great. I mean, she said yes, so
right?
yeah, everything worked out, and it was a great day. The weather was great, and
Where'd you
it was
do
a
it?
lot of
Back
fun.
in Lindsay?
No, it was in Port Hope at the golf course there.
Okay.
They have like a wedding venue right on site, I guess, and
So everybody stayed
didn't
the
golf at
weekend
all.
and just had a time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I had a bit of a headache there the morning of. We went out the night before, but yeah, shook that off no problem, and everything. Excuse me, everything went really well, and yeah, it was an awesome day.
So when it's middle of recruiting season and you are getting into this coaching gig and starting the chocolatiest team in history, does the coach go on a honeymoon after the wedding?
Well, we went for a one or I guess 1 day, 1 night trip up to Niagara on the Lake, which is kind of wine country for anyone who isn't from around here, I guess, or know the area. And
Yeah.
we'll probably do a real honeymoon after next season there once we're already over in Europe, whether it's the Greek islands or whatever it is. But
Way cheaper once
Trish,
you're
my
already
wife,
over there and you get to see cooler shit.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So Trish, though, my wife Trish told Finner, couldn't work though for a few days after the wedding. So I got, I think, a day and a half, and then he snuck in a phone call, and then was back at it there, I think, on the Wednesday. So yeah, it was worked out well, and we were able to get away for a day, and
Did
which
you
was
get some
nice.
hot? I know, like when you're getting into pro hockey and everything, and you meet some people, but like hockey people are very spread out and they're in different places. And then when it's the off season, everybody just wants everybody wants to be home and seeing their friends and family. But then when you get invited to weddings, did you get any hockey guys that made the trip? Did you hear me? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, yeah, it kind of cut in and out. Yeah,
So did you have any hockey guys at your wedding that made the effort from around the world?
yeah, I did. I mean, Finner actually flew in from Manchester,
That's
and
nice of
then I
him.
had guys fly in from the States and the Maritimes and kind of all over really. So, like you said, the hockey world is it's a small world, and it means a lot that everybody kind of flew in for that. We had, like I said, guests from all over.
And it does. It takes a lot of effort, right? To do the play in the hotel and a lot of money to go be a part of that. And then everybody's at home with their friends in the summer. It's yeah, it's the hockey world's totally different than normal people's. I guess that's how people listen to this shit,
Yeah,
right? But you're still living it. You didn't have to get out of the game when you were done, right?
no, no, I was lucky that way.
Okay. Aiden Millen. Your match night announcer, how's he? Is he pretty electric?
Yeah, he gets fired up. He gets the crowd going there. Yeah, like another guy who's been around for a while cheering, and yeah, he's a super nice guy.
Okay, so poster picks. Looks like you got a pretty good suit game, eh? How many suits do you own as a head coach? Do you wear a suit every game?
Uh, when we go to some of those cold barns, no, like the
What are the cold
Coventry,
barns?
I
It's
find
like
is
Fife.
Coventry.
Coventry's
Coventry for sure
Coventry
is
doesn't even have
probably
hot
by
water.
far the coldest.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
brutal
yeah,
rink.
yeah,
Brutal. It's
yeah,
dark.
that's not one of my favorites. And then yeah, Fife as well probably is just a warm jacket rink. But yeah, other than that, try and wear suits to most of them.
Is that right? So how many do you have in the arsenal? Because when I was so in Germany, fun fact, you do not dress up for hockey games. So at Western Michigan,
Yeah,
I had some hand-me-downs from my old man. People would make fun of me, but they were nice suits, you know. I would wear them. And then I never
hmm
had to wear suits, other than to maybe an odd wedding. So I think I had like 1, 2 suits. And then I go to Cardiff after 6 years in Germany and Denmark. We never wore a suit. I had one. I took one suit to Cardiff, and then all of a sudden they're telling me I'm wearing a suit to a game. I wore it to every single game. I didn't dry clean it once. I went out every night in it. It was the funnest suit in the league.
yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah. So how
Yeah,
many
I'd
do
say
you
I
got?
have.
You got a
Well, I had to
bigger
get a new
arsenal, eh?
wedding.
You gotta bring your A game as
I
a
had to get a
coach.
new wedding suit this summer, so there's a new one. I would have
That wasn't a
two full
rental,
suits,
eh?
2 full suits, and then a couple like just kind of jackets that I can mix around with pants or whatever. But
Yeah.
two full. So I don't know. I'd have some different options for sure.
Yeah. No, it's anywho. And then one of them that made me think of it was you're walking off with a pretty good mustache, right?
Yeah, I think that was November.
It must have been. That was a healthy
Yeah,
mustache. Did the wife like
November.
that?
Yeah, it was,
She liked the
yeah,
mustache?
they did. It was channeling my inner Ted Lasso.
I've never watched that. Is that a good show?
The first season's really good, and then it's over that.
Okay. Well, I've never did do it. Um, next one. Was that November? Because it looked like you were putting chocolate in your suit. Did the chocolate start November?
I think in November. Yeah,
Is that right? It started that early.
I think
Gosh.
so.
Yeah. It's busy times. To think I had that many guys from your hockey family on like in one season. It's like I wonder what we'll do this year now that I'm an actual sponsor.
Yeah, it might be a team mandatory player event.
Right. And getting to that tour of the bus though, that you guys didn't think I was a distraction, that you guys like were okay with what I was doing, that like I did have a podcast with your bus driver while the fellas were warming up. It was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I forget where we were, but Greggy was all pumped and was telling me that he had that lined up.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. And like Shed Guys know Shed Guys, then he gave Jake a tour of the bus in Dundee later on that season, and it made a kid's day, right? He gets to see where the team hangs out and farts and plays cards, right?
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your favorite drill? I need to learn as a coach here. What's your favorite drill? Or what do you think the guys like the most?
Whew. And name them all because the name changes probably by the week.
The name changes?
Yeah, I always mess up the names of the drills. I like
Are
Ducks
you
Agility. That's my favorite drill.
sorry, you're just making up names of drills?
No, no, no. But I sometimes I get them confused.
What is it called?
Ducks Agility.
Ducks agility, like the Anaheim Ducks agility, and someone's learned this from them.
Yeah, I think I actually stole it from Finner and then added like a little twist onto it.
Explain to me, please.
I'm trying. A D man or at like opposite blues, they kind of go around the dot and like hit the forward coming out shot. It's kind of like a warm up progression drill, and then the D continues on, goes around the other dot, hits a forward, and then follows it up with a point shot in the tip. just gets the D's moving their feet.
So the D are
moving-
moving their feet and making some passes. The forwards are shooting, getting to the net, and the D's also walk. Are they walking the line before they shoot here?
Yeah, they load them up, walk the line, and shot with a couple guys in front.
But I still don't understand how this works. Your explanation. You
Well,
need a you're
it's
one of
tough.
those guys that needs a whiteboard to explain
Yeah,
it, eh?
yeah,
Are you're heavy on the marker then, eh? Because
yeah.
that wasn't enough for me to understand.
Well, it's tough for us. D's at opposite blues.
D's are opposite blues. Where are the
Forwards are at
forwards
all
lined
four
up? At the
blues.
red line?
No, forwards are four blues.
Oh, okay. The forwards are at the four blues.
Yeah. So the D like go load up. They hit the forward on their side. He like comes off at the dot, hit him. They continue on through the middle, and then around the other face-off dot, hit the other forward, and then they go that way and shot.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all right. It's an easy one if you draw it up.
Yeah, you got to draw it up. God,
Send you a picture.
but that's your favorite drill, eh? Do you think that's your favorite drill or the guys?
No, that's I don't know. That's probably not their favorite. It's an easy one. It's once you get it, it's just easy one.
Yeah, good for the D to zip it around and get to the net, eh?
Yeah. Forwards work on picking up pass off their feet from the D.
So I saw research team gets hot every once in a while, right? You know, gotta entertain yourself. You guys just signed a guy from Lindsay, Ontario.
We did, yeah.
Hmm.
Hometown player.
And did you know this fella?
Yeah.
You hit a stag and doe or two together?
No, actually, not for a while. He played with my best friend's younger brother, so I knew him kind of through mutual friends, and obviously Lindsay isn't that big, a little bigger than Kincardine, but
right. But you also know his character and what type of dude he is when he's your best friend's brother.
Yeah. So or brother's friend. So,
Brother's
but
friend.
he's a great kid. He again was another guy who was like a captain in the OHL, played and was kind of more in a letter everywhere too. So I think he had a great year in Norway, and I'm excited to sign him up. Another Lindsay boy.
I'm curious what you would have thought of me then when I had never worn a letter till my last ever pro hockey season, you know?
Saved best for last.
College gave me one though. That was nice of them, right?
Yeah.
You also brought back a guy that I think I need to get to the shed. He sure seems like a shed guy from the photo evidence I've seen, Steven Johnson.
Yeah. Another great player for us. He kind of played in all situations, and he had a good year. I think he was a little bit snake bit actually at times. He was unlucky not to score more goals last year, and I think he'll have an even better year this year. And another, like you said, great guy off the ice. He's a well-liked teammate, and we were really excited to get him back.
Wow, it's the things I see from my shed, right? I'm not there living it. I just see what I see on my little device. But like when I see the picture of Critch with the big smile and the chocolate bar with his no teeth, and he looks like such a hockey player. And then you got Steven Johnson pointing at the camera beside him. And it's just like, it's interesting for me because when I look at old photos of teams, and it's like, it's interesting where guys stand in the team photos, who's right in the middle of it, who's on the outside. And that guy seems to be in the middle of all the photos. Guys on your team that send poster pics, Steven Johnson's on them all the time. You know?
Yeah. Just love the middle, loves the spotlight.
Well, he's in the mix. Seems like a teammate, you know?
Yeah.
So, probably getting tired. I know it's been a long weekend and stuff, but do coaches pregame nap?
Ooh, sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not superstitious, just a little stitious, so I'll have the odd nap there.
Depending on how things have gone. What if you've been
No.
doing well without a nap and then you're like, I'm really tired?
Yeah, like I'll sleep on the bus usually. Like in road, have a little nap, and then
What
I
else
would,
are you gonna do on
I'd
those
say I'd have
buses? Yeah.
I'd have a pregame nap most home games as well. So
Is that
I'll
right?
be up, yeah, as a pregame nap guy, as a coach.
Wow, you're still in the game. You should keep napping. Do it as
Yeah,
long as you can, because when it's
takes
over,
way
man.
more out of you coaching mentally. It's exhausting.
Well, and now that you're married, jeepers, once if the little ones come, then napping, it's hard to do
Yeah, that'll be
eventually.
yeah, no kidding. Enjoy it while I can.
Yeah. Well, it's like I it's crazy to think I've done 300 episodes because like I don't think people get how busy I am. I just literally came from my son's baseball game and it was a barn burner, but like real fun stuff to watch, but you got to find time to have fun, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So next poster pick, you did like a shed guy selfie because I love shed guy selfies. You're in a selfie with three other dudes. It looks like at a golf course.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Who,
was
who are they? Buddies from home?
yeah, all buddies from home. One of our buddies put on a golf tournament, uh, or I guess it was his wife's birthday, but he basically just threw a golf tournament for it. So it was a win-win all around. And yeah, that was my team that day.
Must have been fun. Golf
Yeah,
days are fun.
I don't think we won, but we started out really well.
Well, I was just at a Shed Guy's 50th party, episode 216 or 19. Jason Holt, the guy that lives right over there, that named the shed, Two L's and Hockey Tales. Live band. It was only 9 holes of golf, but it was enough to get people playing golf really slow by the end. Geez, we were in a 12-some by the end, but golf can be really fun when people are relaxing and you actually get to know people by playing golf. It's like coming to Shed,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what else do I got? Do you know who the original Storm person was in the shed? The first ever Manchester Storm shed guy?
Wasn't Finner?
Lee Hudson. He is a shed fan. He was in the fans episode. No, actually, Finner was before him, I think. But yeah, he was in the fans episode. I had a Sheffield fan on,
Okay.
Barry the Baguette. I had Baz and my creepy stalker neighbor with the original Manchester fan that like would send me factoids and stuff about Manchester, and he was letting me know when I was full of shit when I was saying stuff. But yeah, that's the first guy. So shout out to him, right? Go Storm.
Yeah. Nice.
And it's Kit Kats and Reese's, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. So how many guys are actually in the sock drawer? How much more work do you have to do this summer?
We're basically done. I think we have one more, and it's kind of in the works. So
Jeepers.
could be done. Might need a little more work. I'm not sure, but we're nearing the end.
And then who deals with all I remember this because Franny did it in Cardiff. Who does all the like visas and paperwork and helping people figure shit out?
That's Finner's job now.
Really? That's
Oh
what
yeah,
he's taken on?
yeah. I help out where I can, but yeah,
Do you guys
that's
still
him.
have the MBA program?
We've got we lost it for a couple years. This year there's we've got a couple spots. One for sure, and then I think we might be able to get another one next year. So,
Well, that's
which
cool.
it's big for us.
It is big and it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's huge for the next step because when
Yeah.
hockey's over, it can be over unless you become a coach, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you can't get a real job.
Well, anyways, another guy your name came up with, Derek Nesbitt. He's a coach now too, and he's a head coach on your old team,
Oh yeah, Nezzy's awesome. Just a
isn't he?
legend in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
Yeah, yeah. I just talked to him there a few times this summer when he was getting the job there in Atlanta, and yeah, he deserves it. I think he's gonna do a great job.
I agree. And I just found it interesting because then when he comes on, we talk about how you know each other, and then he says that he's good friends with Keefe too. And I was like, all these coaches that were like, they're all like the good dudes that are in hockey, and it's amazing how many shed guys are coaching hockey, and that's what's great,
Mhm. Yeah, no, exactly. He must be doing something right.
Good stuff. So What is your, other than the chocolatey storm shelter that's going to get carried away this year? What's your favorite arena in the EIHL?
I like Belfast.
Really, eh?
Yeah,
As a goalie or as a coach?
both. Yeah, both are nice.
It's a great trip. It's a great trip for a team too, to bring everybody together. Didn't you guys win both games there too?
Yeah, before Christmas there we swept them. Um, yeah, early December. But
That's
then
when you guys really started getting on a heater, wasn't it?
yeah, it was around then. And then they hammered us pretty good the next time we went. But so the first trip was a lot better.
Well, I guess I should stop looking at my notes so much and just talk to you. So that season, Barrow and Jesper were like really doing her, right? And then they both got injured, and then other guys stepped up, right? And then you brought in other guys, but like you guys got to make moves through a season and make things happen to stay afloat and stay competitive, right? Because you lose your two of your like top scorers, like that's a big chunk of your lineup, eh?
Yeah, I mean everybody had to step up, and we started kind of getting contributions from everywhere. And yeah, it was obviously tough losing those guys. They were filling the net pretty good for us. But like I said, we were able to kind of, I mean, score by committee, and then bringing Broder and kind of shore up the back end as well. And we had to play better defensively. We were giving up too many goals the first couple months of the year, and we did that. And then obviously that gives you a chance to win every game.
No, like, and why I people, if there's any card folks that are upset with me for sponsoring a Storm jersey, sorry, I'm not sorry, right? Because I like your attitude, I like what you're saying. When I joined the Cardiff Devils, they were not the big budget team in the league. They're not the big budget team now, but they're up there. And I like being a bit of an underdog. I like being a part. I like being a part of it. I like being a part of a team, and the way you guys all came into the shed, ran amok, and then I see that they're all good dudes, and I saw people having fun playing hockey. Like when I was seeing pictures of you guys winning, and then I'm hearing you're winning 5 in a row, and I was like, geez, like I can almost feel like part of the game again. And I can almost like I didn't ever check scores of the EIHL. And then last year I was literally checking updates of the scores.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think it was fun. One thing that we did really well last year is guys worked, they competed, they battled every night, and obviously you have some tough games sprinkled in, but guys came to work, and I think that was what makes it fun and rewarding, especially as a coach, is when you have success after seeing guys put in that work and battle and compete. Guys are kind of banged up after games. That's what makes it rewarding and fun, kind of coming to work every day and kind of achieving your goals together.
I agree. My favorite nights were at the big blue tent with the fellas after we win a game, and everybody would just sit around, listen to music with ice packs all over their body, and there'd be funny things happening around the locker room. There were a couple beers involved, but like it was as fun as hockey got to me, and it was because you earned it, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like the chocolate, right? That we're gonna earn next year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
And
we
I'm
have
just
to
trying to
win.
bring parity back to the league, folks. Cardiff, I've never forgot what you've done for me. You're the reason I started this, and having me back for that night, I'll never forget. And I am always a Cardiff Devil, but I'm just trying to bring parity back to the league. And I like what you're doing. I like the people you're bringing in. I like you're bringing in shed guys, and I like that. you know. And I met you, and I met Finner, and it's weird to think of like 300 episodes later. Is I would have never met you guys if I would have never started this. I would have still been out of the game and not a part of any of the fun.
Yeah, no, it's worked out well.
It has. And Kit Kats and Reese's, eh?
Yeah, you bet. I'm not that picky though. I like others too, but
Lions,
those,
right?
those would be up there.
So you'll just eat anything. You just want to storm like Critch, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, there was another time YouTube came up as I say shed guys, no shed guys. Jono says that he was at like a Christmas market and ran into you guys, and you guys ended up having beers or something, right?
Yeah, I think I was actually out with it was I met up with Finner and Jono and Huey and Mark Thomas. So it was like just old Sheffield guys, and I
All
tagged
shed
along.
guys.
I came and met up with us too, and that turned out to be quite the night.
Well, they usually do when you get a bunch of shed guys involved, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you still have beers with the boys?
not really, no. Like after, well, I'll have one after a game with the guys, or like the kind of the Christmas party or any of that thing. But no, I don't go out with the guys.
No. It's all serious now. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Well, I'm
Um,
getting old. They're so much younger than I am now.
well, I'm almost 40 and I'm gonna have probably beers with your youngest players this year.
No problem.
I think it's fun, right? That's
I'll
how I
join in
stay
on
young, right?
special occasions.
That's right. When you come to the shed, fellas, you can have a beer as long as it's not the night before a game, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Right. Okay. So when do you head back?
The start of August.
Start of August. It's fast summers, right? So like as a dad and a parent, now that I'm on the other side and like I see some talent in my children at stuff, I think, geez, when I hear about the age these kids are leaving to go do things, and even the guys that come to the shed are like, I left at 14 or 15 years old, it's like that's in no time for me. Like that
Oh
is,
yeah.
and like then once you're gone, you're gone. I wasn't back for anything for a decade or two, right? And then like you're still doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's yeah, well, same as you, I've been away for forever. So it's nice to be home and see family for a little bit, and I mean obviously see all my friends from back home too, and but yeah, it goes by pretty quick.
Yeah, well, all of it does. And then it's like, we'll talk now. And then it's like, I got to figure out time to have all these shed guys on in the next season. And it's like, geez, my schedule's pretty full too. But like, we got championship to win, right?
Yeah. No, hopefully that's the plan.
Yeah. Winner all, folks. I think it's so fun though. Like that I'm part of this. And like, thank you for the support. And thank you for recruiting shed guys and being you, because that's why I did buy into this. That's why I'm into this. And also the support of this Storm fans, like what they've done with all the chocolate. And then for me to see it and have this much fun in my shed, it's like I sometimes it doesn't feel real because I actually don't see it, but it
Mhm.
seems like it's actually happening, you know?
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah. So you guys may as well run a muck next season, right? And we're gonna make it the chocolatiest mess ever.
I hope so.
Right. Well, good luck, sir. Thanks for coming back, and thanks for being my 300th. They say you never forget your 300th, right?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on, and all your support of the guys too.
No,
Chris
seriously,
included.
it just kind of happened though, because I think good people know good people, and I had you two on, and then Critch and DeLuca. I liked that signing when you did it. The time I thought where he was and everything, I thought it was an awesome signing. And then it just kind of went from there. And I support what you guys are doing, you know?
Yeah,
And
no, it's good.
it's like the Cardiff Devils 2014-15, folks. So by the way, the jerseys should be ready soon, and then we'll get the raffles up, and then all you folks can help us sponsor Critch, right?
You bet.
Unless you don't want to win the jersey, folks, that's up to you. But I think you should join if you're part of the Shed family, because Critch is a Shed guy, and these are going to be sweet jerseys, right?
Absolutely, you said it.
And folks, when you get to Manchester, the storm shelter, don't forget to make it the chocolatiest mess ever. But only if they win, folks, right? They got to earn it, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Go Manchester Storm. And this has been episode 300 of 2 Ales and Hockey Tales with Ginner and Wally.